And one wonders how security will respond to this, because if the people seem to be giving some sort of rapport and support to those who are returning the girls, how will security agencies fit in if they say, no, 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 you shouldn't be doing that? These are our enemies, as a matter of fact.
No, well, it's not just the security people that you feel, it's the government. The government should really own up to the task that has not yet been done or that has not yet been completed. We have to win over a majority of Nigerians to the side of the Nigerian state. Because you might have a Trojan horse in those people who will be easily recruited. How do you explain the tremendous rise in suicide bombing? That's a problem for me. People who are sane, who are alert, they go wear bombs and kill themselves in the process. It used to be said that Nigerians were the happiest people on this planet. That Nigerians, they've been committing suicide of late. So that tells me, I'm not a sociologist. So the sociologists and maybe the political scientists, I should be engaged by the government.
Prof, I'm wondering, do you think, because I'm just trying to be careful about this, do you think that the Northeast has subconsciously accepted a Boko Haram governance structure?
No, you know, there was a time in this country where I can't remember the number of local governments in Borno were under the stranglehold of Boko Haram. They had their flags flying, and Shekarau was bragging and making all manner of statements, the media, that they were no shaking, that they were going to deal with Nigeria. But I don't think the ordinary people will just go and support Boko Haram.
Even though with the clips we saw?
Yeah, the clip we all saw, you know, but I'm saying that all is not lost. I still want to believe that a lot can be done in terms of mobilization. You know, you have the orientation agency, you have all manner of people who spokespeople of the government, but the government itself should ensure that these areas that have been ravaged should be assuaged, okay, with proactive government policies.
Like what area? In what area?
No, the Northeast.
No, in what area, when you say proactive government policies, in what area? Because we do understand that they are doing some form of rebuilding. Is it just about rebuilding the area, the economy?
No, it's not enough to reconstruct the schools that have been destroyed. I'm talking of social praxis. I'm talking of policies that will put food on the tables of these people. Hunger is a terrible disease afflicting Nigerians. And in that area, the economy has been smashed. If you look at the IDPs and whatever, what programs do we have to restore the internally displaced persons to what life was, status quo ante?
We're back to the issue of economics, but let's take you back again to the Dapchi girls that have been returned. There's that conversation going on that ransom was paid, even though the minister said there was no ransom paid. But what do you think?
Well, if you go by past history, when the Chibok girls were released, about 100 of them, Nigerian media did not tell us about any payment of ransom. But the foreign media said we paid 30 million euros as ransom. The government has neither denied nor confirmed. So it sounds too good to be true that the Boko Haram will just have a change of mind within a week or after 1 month, and for nothing they'll just send the girls back. I don't believe that. I'm not that young anymore to be giving moonlight tales. These people just pulled out a stunt, okay, and then there must be consideration. There must be a quid pro quo. Some monies must have changed hands. You know, kidnappers, the local kidnappers, I'm not talking of Boko Haram now, in the rest of the country, they seldom release their captives without some payment. And you have 110 girls, young girls, And these Boko Haram people, they must have seen these are young, fragile girls. They are not like even Chibok girls. They are not in senior secondary. Yeah. These are very young girls. They can't be married off. They are too young to. So maybe they used it as a bait, negotiating bait. And I listened to the Minister of Information, where his job is he's a spin doctor for the government. And he's been doing relatively okay. It was better when he was spokesperson for the party, less so when he's not a spokesperson for the government. But I know he was my student, so I know him well. He's a thorough guy with degrees in French and law and all that. So it's well honed, okay? But in this particular instance, I'm sorry, Lai Mohammed has overreached himself. I mean, we are not kids to say that by some magic wand, the Boko Haram people just had a change of mind. To good relief, we're all relieved, as I said. Yeah. But then there must have been a catch. I don't know what that catch is. That's why I'm saying maybe the government will have an inquiry, a post-mortem, and tell us, they owe us the knowledge of what actually transpired. There are many doubting Thomases in Nigeria. They think this is stage managed. It was pre-arranged. It was pursuant to 2019 to show.
Even though he disagreed, they released a statement saying no, that cannot possibly be.
That is to be expected. I mean, I wasn't surprised at the statement that they are putting a spin on it. The PDP too, I know they've been attacked for not being patriotic enough to recognize the necessity to come together like you have in America, despite the foibles of Donald Trump. That he's been playing the patriotic card, America first. Nigerians are not talking of Nigeria first. PDP and all these parties, they must recognize, they must be able to separate fact from fiction. But this case of the Dapchi girls, I'm sorry, it's too good to be true.
All right, we'll anchor at that point. Professor Akin Oyebode is of International Law, University of Lagos. Always a pleasure to have you on, sir.
Thank you very Correction. I've since retired from the University of Lagos.
But knowledge is still very much there, and we can't do without it most times. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, then we'll be back in a moment. Join us again.